Jack, the story of SRC is just an amazing success story. What's happened in the years since that first bank loan?
The minute you asked that question, my first reaction was the success story really is the journey of the open book. It's been the learning process that one gets by truly being out of the box, looking at what it takes to build this company. It's the messages that we constantly receive by the input of everybody in the organization, and then as a result of the inputs, we find out what the strategy is, what the direction we really need to take. And then having the courage that once you understand what road you got to take, and that is to take the road. I mean, we talked about the similar story about the janitor that said that we needed diversification, and we diversified. We talked about the guy that was in the shop floor that says, I don't want to eat a connecting rod. That where is my equity? Where is my ownership? And then all of a sudden we had to develop a new strategy to be able to cover private equity. Because I think a lot of CEOs would love to give their people equity, but they don't know how to cash it out. They don't know how to pay it. These were all the lessons that we learned, and the more we learned the lessons through the journey of opening the books and sharing the data, the more we were driven to a higher level. I mean, we had 27 years of top-line growth. That's how many years we had of top-line growth. We seemed to answer every deviation and every variance, okay, because of having this rooted aspect in saying we have to fix that ratio, we have to fix that formula. We spun off 56 companies since 1983 because we had the people that were prepared and ready and educated, and we knew that they did have the skills in order to be able to grow a company and run a company. They understand the financials so well. The skill level is easy to teach somebody, okay? And we're not in rocket science. We're a garage shop in Springfield, Missouri. That's what we started out to be, is a garage shop. Anybody that could compete against us, all they needed was a vise and a wrench. What differentiated us was the whole conceptual idea of the open books, was the great game process, all right? The process is what has been driving the company. It drove us in the areas that people said you never should have been in. We totally got outside our core competencies. Whoever said you should be in your core competencies should be branded, okay? I mean, because we became so diversified. I mean, we were in a capital-intensive business that ate up all our cash, and finally someone said, why don't we get in a cash flow business? Okay, wasn't rocket science to us. This is what we did, things out of pure common sense because we listened to the numbers, we listened to the direction the numbers pointed at us in order to be able to make certain that we built something that could sustain. We came highly leveraged. You know, we were 89-1, and God, that scared us. And we had a tremendous aversion to debt, okay? And we had a total amount of respect for debt. And so we totally concentrated to stay within our boundaries and within our guidelines. And I really think what happened to us since 1983 is the education of understanding the metrics of the business drove innovation. It drove entrepreneurship. It drove creativity. I am absolutely convinced today we would never have been where we are today if it hadn't been for the whole idea of learning, the whole idea of sharing the numbers, the whole idea of having people take responsibility and to be able to feel like they make a difference. I mean, there is a community here, all right, that is so strong that it is now attracting Fortune 500 companies to the community.